The video is World of Warcraft's recent performance is shocking. How so?
Welcome back to the Warcraft News.
About this.
There are big stories this week. Data suggests the game may be popping off like never before. The worst
secret
of the expansion's been blown wide open. We may have a patch release date, free heroic gear, and some more of some people's favorite part of the War Within. Even more shots of Xal'atath's feet. And that means that somebody at the cinematics department learnt a lesson.
Oh my god, is he showing stuff from the end of the raid story? I haven't seen that yet. I'm skipping it.
This is good news for Blizzard because
I want to see the feet when it's time.
Currently, World of Warcraft is at its biggest point ever, and that seems completely...
I'm going to skip it if I see something I think spoiler.
Insane. We think the days of Wrath could never be back. And they...
Oh, the video zoomed. You're right. Okay. We care about spoilers in WoW now. Okay, it's a new era.
Won't be. WoW will never be that size in one incarnation. But that's where it gets interesting. So Kira, operator of Warcraft logs, believes that WoW is at an all-time high player count, and that's all down to the numbers that they're getting from their...
This is the operator of Warcraft. That they also operate the FF logs, I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain that World of Warcraft is at an all-time high player count across its entire lifetime. The number of players in China playing Wrath is on par with the highest retail peak we've ever seen. Then add in Season of Discovery and the War Within on top of that. Damn. Well, you know what I can say? Blizzard is working hard to earn people's subs by offering a ton of different kinds of ways to play World of Warcraft. They have brought... You can do hardcore, which is really fun. I had a great time with hardcore. You have Wrath. You have all these classic servers. You have War Within now, which offers a million different ways to play War Within, depending on what you want to do. You can go solo. You can raid. You can do battle pets. There's a million different... They have tried to appeal to a wide range of different types of players. And I think this is the winning strategy.
Site, and of course China's big return to Azeroth. You see,
you said a lot of the last half or so of the video is spoiler heavy. Okay, warn me when we get there and then we'll stop.
And Blizzard fell out. Allegedly Bobby Kotick really pissed off Netties. They fell out, the deal fell through, and that meant that China missed Wrath Classic. Wrath originally was humongous over there, and the renewed partnership that has now set up Wrath Classic servers basically means that there are now 11 million characters with Ulduar logs, right? 11 million characters, and that's on the Chinese Wrath servers alone. Kira tweeted this: the numbers of players in China playing Wrath of the Lich King is on par with the highest retail peak we've ever seen in Warcraft Log's lifetime.
That's insane.
And that does mean something. Warcraft
That's
Logs
insane.
Has been a bedrock of the community. It has been generating numbers, giving us statistics for years and years. Now, yes, this is not complete conclusive evidence, but 11 million characters exploding into Ulduar certainly is kind of crazy. Because even if you say that there's like 4 characters a person, which seems a bit unrealistic for Classic, that would still be over 2 million players at max level playing that product and raiding. That doesn't even count the people who won't be getting Ulduar logs. So it could be closer to 3 or 4 million, depending on the number of logs.
When you think about the number of players that normally raid, it's just usually is a small fraction of the overall players that are in the game playing, because it takes extra commitment to raid. Not everybody has the time or desire to do it, so that there's that many people raiding.
And that's on top of the around 7 million that we were back in Dragonflight, and then you add on top
Good
of that
Lord.
everybody who's returned to the War Within. And that does mean they could actually be in spitting distance of Wrath of the Lich King's 12 million peak. But we should temper expectations a little bit.
Okay.
If Blizzard did actually beat an all-time record, and they felt it was sustainable enough that
they're talking about on the Chinese server, there's
give us, like, maybe not a public number, but just
yeah, we have Cata Classic now.
That this is the peak. I think they would have. I mean, Xbox would certainly like to loudly report on a big...
Sorry, I had to pause it for the bun twerking. There was a lot of twerking. Thank you, Infinity Fiasco, for the 68-month resub.
Win. Like, what incentive do they have not to? There's also then the split with China revenue, right? Because a whole bunch of that's going to NetEase, so the success is too rooted in China, they may not want to trumpet it out too loudly. But still, I do think the Warcraft is on the upswing, even statistically.
It
Take that
is.
Illyria animation. It's up to 7.9 million views on YouTube, right? In 1 month, it is the 15th most watched video on their channel. It's eclipsed everything except for the real big cinematic. So that's kind of impressive by the numbers. Thankfully, though, we do have some modern numbers. So WoW Progress shows a
The anime short. So if you haven't seen this, you need to go watch it. It's amazing. And it's also, I think, gives you a lot of interesting backstory about Illyria if you're not someone that knows a lot about World of Warcraft's lore. But even if you are, it's a delight to watch. And it's a good thing to watch maybe even before you start War Within story. It reminded me of something that Hoyoverse likes to do for Genshin, where they'll sometimes post these animated shorts to add on to the story, like be an extra piece of information and another way to tell their story and get people interested in their story. And I think it's a very cool thing to do because it works well. Like it makes you curious about these characters. It lets you see the sides of them that you might not always see in the game. Where is it? Can we get a link to that in the chat? Mods, can a mod maybe put a link to there, because it's on their official World of Warcraft channel. It's great.
Numbers. Thankfully, though, we do have some modern numbers. So WoW Progress shows a 64% increase in heroic first boss kills on the 3rd day as compared to the same in Dragonflight. That's actually pretty damn impressive. I mean, the first boss in Heroic is obviously just, that's just a piece of free loot, essentially. But still, as an example, that's a number that my guild will contribute to. Thing is, though, we did...
First boss of a Heroic, free loot, are you crazy? It wasn't that easy for me, okay? We did work at that. We got it done, okay? We are new to this. We did kill the first boss on Heroic. But I was fighting for my life in there.
Our normal clear. We're going to be doing our heroic clear towards the end of this week. So I've got to imagine there's a lot more that will go into that number. And again, first boss kills, they don't exactly tell us much, but they do give us a
baby,
good,
basically.
For participation.
I'm kind of baby
and
again.
You can absolutely argue that there are other variables like, say, access to delve gear, hero talent power creep, and a general trend towards easier raids that is present now and certainly was not present, as present back then in Vault of the Incarnates. But I still think this can't be a bad sign. They don't place any bets yet, and trust that we will do a full breakdown once we've got
easy
enough
is relative.
That
That's how I'm learning.
Confident in giving you a good analysis. It's not all good news today, though. So Warcraft Rumble, according to longtime game journalist Stephen Totillo, is being put onto post-launch live ops, which basically just means they're going to try to make as much as they can, but very much while spending as little as they can. The game is not.
What does that mean? What's post-launch live ops? Warzone Mobile didn't hit as big as hoped. Neither game going offline. Microsoft laid off workers on its Warcraft Rumble and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile teams. I played Warcraft Rumble a little bit at BlizzCon and I thought it was pretty fun. But I didn't continue with it later on. Yeah, I kind of dropped it, and I think other people I knew who were playing it also didn't play super long term.
Not dying, but
it was decent, and I really like the art style. But
don't expect any more content, and certainly even before layoffs, it's not like I was expecting much content either. That's from it, not from us. You can go and read the full history of the Earthen up on Bellular.games, which is
Bellular.games? What?
our site. So if you want to know everything there is to know on them, that is the
you
place
have a
to go,
website.
And we have so much content queued up for next week. There was one big, fresh, juicy lore video that I think you're going to love.
I didn't know you made a website. Oh, what? Bellular.games. News posts. Warcraft posts. You have a search button. Cool. Wow, way to go. You got all kinds of stuff on here. This is so organized. Way to go, Bellular. Okay, anyways.
and a ton of gameplay content. And if you want to get in shape for season 1 right
my
now,
website
maybe you did
happening.
your first raid night and you think, oh boy, could have done more DPS. Well, why not check out our key binding masterclass, which I'll link down.
Key binding masterclass. Here's my key binding masterclass for you. Every button goes on the mouse. Have 12 buttons on your mouse. That's it. Put the whole keybinds, every keybind on your mouse. If you do this, then you'll be able to play one-handed. Useful skill for some of y'all.
Below. The big picture of the site membership is how I want us to run on our own steam rather than relying on platforms and algorithms. And a big thank you to the hundreds of members who have joined up already in the last while. Okay, let's talk about the next patch. We know that the next patch is going to be live in November at
this is the Logitech G600.
some point to celebrate the anniversary, but Blizzard may be taking their 8-week content cadence promise extremely seriously. I mean, not even an expansion launch.
Wait. How much? What cadence times?
Extremely seriously. We know that the next patch is going to be live in November at some point to celebrate the anniversary, but Blizzard may be taking their
November? I thought it was going to be late October. It's so long.
8-week content cadence promise.
8-week content cadence. 8-week?
Extremely seriously. I mean, not even an expansion launch is enough to deter them here, apparently, because the anniversary event calendar is actually up in the public test run, where there it says it's slated for October 23rd, and that is just 5 weeks from now. That's the thing that'll bring all the crazy events, the transmog, the class and hero talent reworks, and of course, the Blackrock Depths raid. Yeah, we've only just started the season, but there's basically a whole stack of content on the way.
Are they going to keep that up?
Calendar dates will make it to live completely intact, but again, it matches the 8-week period, it matches the calculations I made last week, so I do think this is something that Blizzard at least wants to make happen. Speaking of...
This would be insane. If they can actually keep up with an 8-week content cadence, I don't think I've ever seen them stick to that. They kept it up for Dragonflight. I didn't play much in Dragonflight. Did they really? That's amazing. So, I mean, look, if they can do this consistently, then Warcraft's recent performance shouldn't be shocking. You know, it's about putting in the work and giving people reasons to log in all the time and new reasons and constantly having the new content coming out. 8 weeks is so good.
Making things happen. We just did the raid. We defeated Ansarek. And with that...
Oh, is he gonna put spoilers on the screen? Damn it. Don't do that. I haven't seen the rest of the raid yet.
We, of course, got a new cinematic. And
damn it! It's spoiler. I can't look at it. Okay, well, we got the main information from the video, and if y'all want to see the rest, because you've already seen the raid story, I'm going to link it to you right now. I'm a big fan of Bellular. I met him at BlizzCon, and he was so nice. He was a really cool person. IRL, I can confirm. What? Okay. Don't read the comments. Comments are weird. Oh! One of the okay. One of the comments said, I'll take a picture. I'll take a picture. I'll just take a picture of it. I finally realized why they call it the world's soul. It's because of her feet. Because soul of the feet. Because Delta's feet are the star of the show so far. Okay, they are putting her feet in a lot of cutscenes and cinematics and promotional materials. And because of this, the prominence of her feet, bare feet, If you go, I don't know if it's still the case. Yes, if you go to google.com and you type in Xalatath, one of the suggestions will be Xalatath feet because so many people have been Googling her feet. Yeah. The more you know.